What's going on, everybody? Tim here, back with another recap video. We are going to be talking about my trades here on November 9th, 2023 on the NQ. So pretty good trading overall. I can't complain. We did get into one little bit of a hairy situation, but it did work itself out. We did have one pre-market trade, which for some reason, the quant or rhythmic R Trader Pro decided to go backwards when we had the fall back with daylight savings time, and it changed my time for not being able to trade from 9:30 to 9:40 because I don't trade the first 10 minutes of the open. I guess when the clocks got set back, it also set it back inside our Trader Pro, which then made it 8:30 to 8:40. And if you take a look, this trade actually took place at 8:31, and on the PA account everything worked normal because I hadn't put that restriction in there yet, and it went boop 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 boop, and I was like, uh-oh, like something's wrong. And it actually took me like 20 minutes to figure it out because I never would have thought that there was the time restriction at 8:30, but that is what it ended up being. So it was only like a $11 trade or something like that, so it was no big deal. However, it was just kind of annoying to have to deal with. But anyways, over here into the open, let's zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. And I was gonna kind of toggle on and off the over like the bands just so you can kind of see what it looks like without, and just to give you guys a sense of like what the chart looks like without the bands, because when you put the bands on, the trades become kind of obvious if you ask me. But that's what I consider my edge, and it seems to be working as of now. Hopefully we can continue this and be on to something, right? That's the whole point, is to find an edge and exploit it. So um we take them off. Pretty good candles here going up towards the high. I was really hoping to get this candle up into the high, but it just felt like it was done. I even said this live on stream, which, by the way, I'm live every single morning and I trade live. Everything I trade is going to be live because, I mean, unless something happens like at the bell, because then obviously I shut down for the day, and I still have everything up. So if I hear the alerts go off, I'll come back in, and every once in a while I'll get some trades at the bell if the volatility is correct. But if you want to watch me live, feel free. I'm there on the YouTube channel every single day. And so second trade, we came up, made a new high, got a nice extension away. And this one was pretty textbook if you ask me. Same thing kind of coming down here towards green to red. I maybe got in a little early. This was obviously hindsight trading, but we had a pretty key area here. And then we also had green to red, which is the close from yesterday. And I could have assumed that there was going to be some stops underneath of that, especially since we had been trading above it all day. A lot of people were probably like, oh, if we go red, it might not be good. So coming down here on such a big candle, the odds are they're going to go down that little bit further and grab any stops that are there. And that's exactly what they did. But I kind of anticipated this might stop here to try to bounce before going through green to red. But unfortunately, it did not. And it went straight through, did not get an ad, and still ended up with a decent trade there, but had to kind of sit there and wonder what was going to happen when it bounced back up to the red to green, green to red, whatever you want to call it. Scrolling over real quick, I'll show you the bands on that one just to show you that was actually a really good move. Over here, back up through the bands. Let me take them off real quick. You can kind of see this ended up being a good trade as well. Didn't quite get that next ad. Was looking for more of a big candle if it was going to go to get an ad. It went sideways, came back down, worked out. I probably could have been a little bit more patient with taking off that first amount, but I took off. I had 3, and then I took off 3, then 2, then 1. The last one that I took off, you can't really see the candle. I was a little annoyed at this one, but I thought I was hitting it basically at the bottom of where this candle is, because that candle came down here as well. And it just gave me a really bad fill. Wherever I would assume the ask was, it felt like it filled me above that. It was kind of a bad fill. And then really nothing until over here. And we ended up getting a decent little trade here. Not a great candle, but we were already pretty much on that 2.5 band. Got a nice move down towards the 4 band. And I was looking at this line here where I was looking for the break of it because it touched twice. I figured we'd come down, get some stop losses, and try to push it back up if that was the case. Kind of exactly what happened. Could have got a little bit more out of it if I used the line, but again, I'm always front running that previous candle, that line that I'm looking through. I'm always looking for an extension away from something for the retest. And that's where my take profit's always going to be. And I always front run it a little bit just to make sure that we get it. And that happened to be our last trade of the day. We were sitting here watching this. This was the 30-year bond auction. Apparently that decided to make the market tank, and it did pretty much recover the whole move. And then I think Fed Pal talked at 2 o'clock. And I mean, that made it move a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And everything else has just been kind of in between. I'm not going to be trading news. When I saw this candle compared to all the other candles you can see on the chart, I knew something was up, went and checked, and sure enough, there was some news. And I'm not going to be touching that. When something is news, I feel like it's going to be price discovery mode. I have no idea where that's going. This could want to stop here. It could want to stop down below 15,000. I don't know. I don't want to find out. And I aim to never trade that type of stuff. Any kind of release of news or statements or just something that's going to move the markets based off of one thing being said. It puts the whole market into a price discovery mode, is what I like to consider it. And I don't want to be a part of that. I'd rather let the market decide where it wants to go, and then I'll try to trade it after it gets there. Because my edge is looking for the volatility, the natural volatility. I'm not looking for volatility that's created from news or events. So that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. You can always find me on Discord or over on Twitter. And I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.